Can you talk about that? I mean, you're moving from in front of the camera to behind the camera, making that transition, and directing your own performance as well.
Well, I thought I was the best actor I've ever worked with. It was amazing. And I also found myself to be the best director I have ever worked with as an actor. So that was awesome. No, I mean, honestly, it came out of necessity. As an actor, I needed a job, and I wanted to be doing the kind of work that I love to do, and I just wasn't being presented with those opportunities. And I'm married to a do-it-yourselfer. You know, my husband started making, you know, $3 short films and is now making movies for studios, which is so exciting. Mark Duplass.
So yeah, Puffy Cheryl.
Yeah. So, and they just, you know, had Cyrus out in theaters this summer, and then they completed Jeff Who Lives at Home with Jason Segel and Susan Sarandon and Ed Helms, and so they really have, you know, run the gamut. And so when I started sort of complaining about my phone not ringing and job offers not coming in, Mark was like, just make your own movie. And I couldn't really say, well, you can't do that, which is what my instinct was to say, because he's proven that you can. So I did it. I you know, for a while was like, well, I don't have any original ideas, because I think that is sort of the biggest hurdle. And then this idea sort of came from a conversation that I was having with a friend, and all of a sudden I was like, wait a second, I could see the entire arc of the movie in that moment.
What do you think about that? I mean, I don't know how long you've been married, but I mean, there are studies that show that marriage kind of, I mean, lifelong mating maybe goes against human nature.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, is that I actually, you know, this movie isn't meant to have like a message about, you know, marriage and monogamy and fidelity. It really is just a story of this particular couple. However, that being said, you know, I've had to talk a lot about monogamy in you know, doing the press for this movie, and I think that I really believe, I don't believe that it's human nature to be monogamous, but I do believe that commitment is a choice that you make every day. So I think I personally am a believer in marriage. I'm married and I love my husband and I love my family, but I do believe, and I think that's where the challenge lies, is that you make the choice every day to commit to your mate. So yeah, I don't think it is human nature to be with one person. I think, you know, our nature is to be curious and to be stimulated by new things, and that's sort of what I was exploring with this, where, you know, in marriage you give up that sort of first magic moment with someone that you get to have when you're single and you are sort of out there and meeting people, and you get to be free enough to sort of experience that spark and that energy, and then to see where it goes from there. And when you get married, you know, you can still have that spark and that energy, but you have to like put it aside and say, well, you know, that's nice, but my life is over here and this is the road I'm on. So I liked the idea that this married couple could maybe explore that spark a little bit further and see if it made everything on their road a little easier. To remember that they still had it. And this whole project came about so I could get more acting jobs. And now all of a sudden people are like, what are you going to direct next? And I was like, oh my god, my mom is going to be so thrilled that I finally have like a fallback job, which is directing. It's not like, you know, teaching drama at my local high school. Like, my fallback job is directing feature films.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I haven't got another acting job. Thank you. This is awesome.
You know?